Hello everyone, my name is Jack Baynes, I'm 18 years old, from East London, and if anything, autism has been one of the greatest developments in me that I've ever experienced in my 18 years of age. Well, let me just start by saying that I've never, as far as I can remember, I don't think there has been one single incident of hate for autistic people. My churches that I've been to have been very, very, very helpful, very inclusive in ideal, trying to uphold Jesus' teachings as much for our sake. I'd say have not just an all-age services, but an all-people service, really. An all-people, so all kinds of people coming together. That would really help. That would make everyone included. Because I think all-age service, for me, back in the days of my church of 15 and a half years, I simply saw that as a chance for even kids to join and actually sing along with the adults. That was what I saw it as. Another way I think that would really help, because it obviously works for schools. I mean, it should for schools. They should have this. I think a church should as well. Have someone trained. Have someone trained in autism. That would really, really help. It was for me back then. All sorts of loud noises. It's something I haven't mentioned here, actually. That loud noises generally were a problem. I kept going on the underground as a kid with headphones on because that was how loud it was for me. It was above my own ear capacity. I just couldn't really. It was difficult for me. We need to obviously have that transparency within churches, because oftentimes churches you'd be surprised at how there are churches that aren't as transparent. And then understanding whether he needs to be in a church situation or not. Because if he gets stressed by the church, Jesus never would have wanted his brothers and disciples that they won't be as respected. They need that some kind of transparency where possible. Had very, very unbelievable ethical teachings for the time. He encouraged, for example, a lack of racism and cutting down racial boundaries with the parable of the Good Samaritan, that even Samaritans who were descended among Jews at that time could do as good, or even better, should we say, than a Levi and a priest, as proven within the parable. The Samaritan helped the robbed and beaten man more than the priest and Levi did. Yeah, the fact he's the saviour of the world is just very profound, really, how someone so simple can take those circumstances, because the problem with a lot of what modern society has, there are too many egos, in my opinion. There are too many egos. In fact, I've even been a victim of egoism, I have to say, to an extent. It's because I think there isn't that much of humility. We're not willing all the time to think with regards to the truth and trying to humble themselves. He was willing to die for the humans. There's a lot about who Jesus is as a person, and it's not just a person. It's God and a person. God coming into human form. He resurrected, according to the sources. It makes sense in my opinion, because a lot of work has been done over the Bible over 2,000 years. Just looking at the back of my Bible and seeing all the references that have been made, and to make the claims and to sound so real, the simplest solution is this has to have happened in one way or another. This is what really, really helps my faith. Because I think I really love it. He doesn't have to be logical. In fact, it's not just logical here. And the only way for that to happen would have been a God above with a son with an extraordinary set of ideas. It's groundbreaking, and that's what is needed in this world. Often, many solutions are based around logic. That is my conclusion, that Christianity was not just to do with logic, but giving that sense of swoon, that sense of belief, devotion, and real power and stupendous of claims. That explains Jesus to me.